Hi, people. It's your girl, the November girl, and you're welcome back to my channel. I really feel like seeing you. And the funny thing is, I feel extremely exhausted and tired because it's been a lot. This week has been hectic, right? This week has been a lot. I don't know how your week was. I hope it was good, but I feel like seeing you, right? Um, and you tell me about when you share one. Ṣé wà? Ẹ̀yin tèmi báwo ni ó ṣe wà? Ṣé wà? All right. I'm a bit under the weather, right? But I have to show up. So, and this particular video is one that is dear to my heart. I know I say that in right, but this is one of the things I've been really learning in the last 1 year. And I remember I did a first, draft around June or July, but I felt I wasn't quite finished and ready. I know I just said today, let me just put out something. Because it's not living, it's that topic that has just been somewhere in my mind. I talk about it with friends from time to time. It's just been somewhere, and I was like, okay, let's even begin to dig into the whole, concept of self-awareness, right? And it's a buzzword that I'm sure you've heard, but you might not have really taken time to see how it applies to you, or taking time to see or to analyze what you can really do with it as not just a buzzword, but as a concept, ideology, which you want to embrace, a shift in paradigm that you want to really embrace to alter some of your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, and all of those good stuff, right? To become a better version of you. So it is time to zero in on you, right? I know it's really amazing that we study every other thing. Some of us spent 4, 5 years, 7 years studying a course to become, a professional in a particular field. We study other people. Some of us studied our partners. They are still studying our partner. Some of us are studying our children, trying to understand their emotions, what they like, what they don't like. Some of us take time to study our craft, to earn it and become skilled and really great at it. But when was the last time you really zeroed in on you? When was the last time you made an attempt to understand and recognize your emotions, your feelings, your behaviors, your thoughts? Internal faculty that keeps you going and running as a person, that affects how you show up in life. Most times we don't pay attention to these things. Most times, we're practically rushing to get things done, to show up for your business, your profession, and every other thing. When was the last time you paused and thought about yourself? Not how you look, not how you are dressed, not trying to fix your hair or your makeup or brush your hair, but really looked at you. You are like, hey, how are you doing? What's going on internally? How am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? What's on my mind? Why am I on the edge lately? Why am I, responding this way? Why do I feel this way around this person? So if I were to ask you a question, how would you answer? Imagine I was meeting you and I say, oh, nice meeting, but you are. If you answer me based on your personality, your career path, your business, whatever it is you're doing, you're probably right. But that's not all that is to you. There is more to you. You are beyond your roles, your titles, your personality. There is more to you. Self-awareness is really getting curious about yourself. And it's so sad that research has shown that just 10 to 15% of people are self-aware. That is an alarming figure. That figure is really low. It's something to pay attention about, understanding what is going on the inside, your makeup, imagine a computer, right? The motherboard that keeps it running. Analyze your motherboard from time to time. What is going on your inside? What's going on with your thoughts? Why is your thought all over the place? What's going on with your emotions? Why are you behaving the way you are behaving? What's going on with your patterns? One interesting thing happened, about 3 weeks ago. Students in Nigeria, anyways, just resumed a new session. So my daughter is like in a new class. And I remember, I think it was the second week of resumption. I had walked into a class in the afternoon and I was trying to, she handed over a bag to me and I opened it. And then her teacher goes, "Oh, I have already folded a napkin. I have put her things together because I noticed you do it every time you come in." I know it just shocked me because as I was reaching for a bag, unconsciously, I was already opening her lunchbox, trying to, I was already with the napkin, folding it again. So when she said it, I was shocked. No, so the thing that shocked me about it is this. Number one, every time I walked into the class, she was always busy. That's the teacher, not the caregiver. So I didn't know that she was paying attention to me, one. Two, I didn't know that I did that every afternoon. I knew that, okay, of course, I used to check up. But the fact that I would arrange every single thing again and then fold the napkin before zipping the bag and getting rid of it, and then we are out. So when she said that thing, for the next 1 week, I began to observe myself when I walked into the class. And I discovered after greeting the teacher, signing and all of that, that was exactly what I did. And it shocked me. Like, oh, you have a pattern when you're in this class, like, and the teacher has noticed. So she was like, "Oh, I did it already." And there's no point doing it because you still do it again. It was so unconscious, and I really thank her for it. But just drew my attention to the fact that if we only pay attention to ourselves, you understand, there are routines to you, there are patterns to your behavior, and really taking time to be curious about these things, identifying and recognizing your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors, and the way you feel helps you alter the things that needs to be changed. Because your thoughts, emotions, behavior, and feelings are always a pointer to your internal health. What is going on inside? Beyond the beautiful face, the handsome face that we see, beyond the beautiful clothes and all of those teas and composure, what is going on the inside? Beyond the accolades and all those other things you have going on for you that people celebrate, and your business and all of those other things, what is going on inside? If only we take stock of our emotions and activities on our inside before it becomes a full-blown issue, a lot of things will be stopped before it gets out of hand. Some of us have really dark thoughts, really negative thoughts. If only you pay attention to the ongoing conversations on your inside, because these things affect your self-concept, your self-image, and all of those things, and how you show up in life, show up in your business, show up in your profession, your career, show up even with your partner, with your children, and every other thing. So pay attention to your internal health. Are your thoughts healthy? Your behaviors, why do you behave the way you do? Why are you uneasy around certain people? These things are important to you. They are. They are. Pay attention. So another point I would like to make in this video is the fact that if you ever become the best version of you, you really need to become self-aware. Because it is a lifelong competence that we need to continue to grow and evolve in. Again, do not forget the fact that I said we take time to study every other person. We take time to study our craft, our skill, and our business, how to upscale it and how to improve things and all of that. But where was the last time you took a direction on the part of self-awareness, character development, those things that are really important but are intangible? If you ever become the best version of yourself, if you ever attain great personal development and growth, you need to begin to pay attention to your emotions, your thoughts. Why do you think the thoughts that you think? What are the seeds that were sown to affect the way you think about yourself, the way you think about life? Some of us just think everybody's out to get us. At the root of that thing is something that needs to be visited. You always think things You always think that, people are not on your side. People don't love you. People don't want to accept you. People are just against you. What is at the root of that thought? You need to get, to the root of some thought if you're going to be a better version of yourself. If you're going to think better about yourself. Some of us don't like the way we look, the way we smell, the way we talk, the way we laugh. Why? I dare challenge you today. Why? You need to become self-aware. You need to begin to dig deep, zero in on yourself. There's a light they call halogen light, very bright. Put an halogen light on yourself like this and say, oh yeah, why am I this way? So that you can be a better version of yourself. So that you can bless the world, myself, everybody, with the best version of you. Begin to challenge your self-thoughts and imagery about yourself. Self-concept. Why do I feel less when I'm around people? Why don't I try in relationship with more than one person? Like, if you have a group of 2 friends, 3 friends now, why do I always feel like the odd one out? Why? You need to begin to ask yourself questions. Some of us need to begin to journal these things. In the business of life, look for a place to journal and meditate in order to improve yourself. Why am I always seeking, perfection? Yes, it's good to be perfect, it's good to, aim for perfection and excellence. But why is it like it's a do or die affair for me? Is it a daddy issue? Is it a case where you were not accepted by your parents? You were always pushed and pushed and pushed, and you could never do enough to be accepted. Is that what is fueling it, even though you're an adult now? You need to begin to look inwards. Self-awareness is a lifelong competence that you must. Why do I show up in my career and my business the way I do? Why am I always the person that puts in just 50% of their commitment? Why do I have commitment issues in relationship? At the root of the thoughts fueling these things, the emotions, the perceptions, the behavior and patterns fueling these things. Are there deep-rooted issues there? Why? I just want you to go about your week and your days asking why. Why am I the way I am? Again, if I meet you for the first time and I ask you, you are, how would you answer? We are beyond the roles, the titles that we carry. We are beyond those things. You need to begin to dig deeper because that's how you can give the world your best. That is how you can show and bless us with the best of you. These are questions I had to begin to ask myself. Sometimes, why do I get passive? Why am I non-confrontational? Why? Even when nonsense and stuffs are done that I need to address in order for the relationship to evolve or move forward, or in order for me to do better at something, why do I always choose a passive approach? Why am I passive aggressive? Why am I very aggressive as a person? Why am I very defensive? Of course, I cannot say all there is to say about self-awareness in just this video, but this is just a clarion call to begin to get self-aware. There is the best version of you that is inside, locked on the inside of you, no matter how well you have done for yourself. And you just need to fulfill potential. Sometimes we have deep-rooted issues that are seated at the subconsciousness of our minds that hold us back. We just don't want to give our best. You just don't want to show up at your 100. Always give your 100. But before you can, you have to be self-aware. In what atmosphere do I thrive? You have to be honest with yourself and admit that I do not thrive around some certain kinds of people. It might make sense to avoid those kinds of association if you can. There was a time myself and my husband, try to analyze what calms me, what brings me to my happy place. 2 things we discovered. When I'm beginning to get overwhelmed with the business of life and all the other rules that I have to fit into, a good visit to a good friend and having a good conversation, as simple as that sounds, just calms me. And it's like it gives me a factory set and I'm coming in. It's like I get that extra push and pull to keep going in. Another thing we found out, closely related to that, is that when I'm getting overwhelmed with the business of life and the roles of life and responsibility, closely related to the first one, a little getaway. It doesn't have to be expensive. For a few days, just the magic. You need to really begin to think about things like that. What can you do for you to bring you to a happy place so that you can begin to show up, sharpen your soul, in the words of Steve Covey? What, you know, makes you thrive? What kinds of friendship makes you thrive? What kinds of partnership makes you thrive? Another point I would really love to make in this video is the fact that oftentimes we look to other people as if they are superhuman beings and we were created less, so just bow our heads and just keep going through life. You are special. You were made special. There is no one else like you. You're one of a kind. Even though you in your subconscious, you might not believe all of what I've just said, depending on where you are at in life, what you've been through. Constantly reaffirming and saying this out loud to yourself and challenging the wrong thoughts and emotions and feelings and behaviors that you've carried, for so long. Finally, we get to a point where your subconscious that controls everything begin to believe these things. It's one thing God has been doing for me since last year, challenging my mindset. Somebody defined mindset recently as the way your mind is set. Some of us, in becoming self-aware, one of the things we begin to do is to reset that mindset. Is to alter the unconscious programming. And you begin to, put in your operating system what you want to fuel every other aspect of your life. What you want to fuel your perception to life. It's like you are deciding to take a front seat in the seat of your emotions and your motherboard, that thing that controls your every other thing, the operating system that controls how your life runs, how you show up. It is me saying in this video, choose to take the front seat. Regardless of the seeds of conversations and seeds of happenings and events that are shaping the way you are. And you have accepted it and you are moving with it. In becoming self-aware, it is really important to understand your strengths and weaknesses. What are your strengths? What is your superpower? That strength, on it, till it brings you to greatness. Don't cover it. The Bible says you cannot light up a candle and keep it under a bushel. You are the light of the world. A city set on the hill that cannot be hidden. What is your strength? What is working for you? If something works for you and it keeps working, keep doing it. I'm not saying do not improve and add new things, but what is working for you? Beam the light on that thing. So it might be the things that make you a global, brand. What works for you? What has been working? And again, we have to be honest. What are your weaknesses? Sometimes we have very overinflated view of our abilities. You feel you are the next best thing that happened to. Let's be calm down. We all have weaknesses. What are you not good at? Can it be improved? Or do you need to collaborate and partner with someone else in order to level up? You must know when you meet, you are at the end of the road. You must know when this is a weakness. It can be improved. Or while I'm shining light and improving my strength and becoming the best at that thing that makes me shine, let me look for somebody who I can partner with. And I'm not just talking of marriage or business. In every aspect, you need to know the associations to be in that makes you thrive. There are some friendships that you rub minds, you just feel you can fly. And there are people you rub mind with. Minus the fact that they make the whole conversation about them. It's like life has been taken out of you. What are your weaknesses? Some of the most formidable partnerships out there, whether in business, in marriage, or whatever field, are between two different people with different strengths and different strengths and abilities. And it is fine, it is okay. Compliment me where I'm lacking, where I have weakness. That is how we can try. You can't do everything. You cannot be good at everything. Becoming self-aware helps you to even show up better in your career, in your business, in your relationship as a parent. It's not when you are tired, for instance, and you want to teach your child something that is very rigorous. With children, you have to be patient. And if you're tired already, you will snap, you'll be irritable. That's part of self-awareness. Part of self-awareness is analyzing, why do you attract certain kinds of people? Is there something you are not doing right? Why do I keep accepting disrespect from people? Is it because I want to be people pleasing? So my esteem is on the floor. I've allowed people to walk all over me just to be accepted. Why? I don't want to make this video too long, but I want you to go through this new week asking yourself, why? Why am I this way? Why am I easily triggered by this person or these kinds of people? These conversations, it helps you alter your behavior, it helps you change your associations. The goal here is to be the best version you were created to be. The goal here is to attain, great heights of personal growth and development. The goal here is to go through life motivated and strengthened to try. If you've ever read the About on my channel, one of the last things I said is, let's build a community that thrives together. You cannot thrive, where you cannot have a complete experience of what it means to succeed in life if it's not holistic. Your success, your achievement, it's not just, it has to be holistic. And nothing really can happen when your emotions, your thoughts and behaviors and patterns are negative and all over the place, regardless of what seems like your earthly achievement, right now. Spend time with yourself this week. Ask yourself deep questions. Why have I been feeling on the edge? Why am I unhappy? Why am I struggling to accept love? What is there? What is at the root of that? Some of those things you might need to pray about. Some of these things you need to take action about. There are certain friendships that you need to get out of. There are certain people you might need to begin to know that you just notice they make you try, aligned with. And I'm not talking of an opportunist approach. Life is give and take. Also nurture people, right? But you must understand. And for some of us, you were not always this way. So why have you become this way? You need to know so that you can alter and you begin to show up again and do better. Why have I become laid back in life? That I'm not striving for anything? Is it because I've been disappointed too much? There's something there. So I don't want to keep this video too long. Probably we'll do it part 2, part 3, part 4. But I hope this video spurs you to begin to think a bit about the question you are. Because answering this question helps you begin to profile yourself and organize your life in the direction of not just who you are right now, but the best version of you, unhindered, unbattered, uncontaminated, totally healed. Self-awareness will draw your attention to the heart and the wounds in your heart that has also shaped the way you guard yourself through life in order not to be offended again. So I challenge you this week. Zero in on yourself and begin to analyze and recognize your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts and feelings. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe. Please share this video. Somebody out there might be blessed by this video. And comment. What have you been self-aware about in recent times? Or what's the new discovery about yourself? What's the new thing in recent times? That you noticed in your emotions, with your thoughts, your feelings, your behavior, that you really are paying attention to or working on? Or what's your addition to this video? Or what should I talk about when it comes to self-awareness in my next video? I love you so much. Keep improving, stay encouraged, regardless of what's happening right now. And see you at the top. Because you were destined to be great. And I don't know about you. I will do all I can in my power as God helps me to attain the greatness that I was born to be. That's what I think. Love you so much. Have a wonderful